Have you ever listened to one of the most famous stories of Dr. Seuss called the lorax? Well, if you have not listened or read something like that before, today it's going to be your day, and we're going to be reading together this bedtime story that is really famous and you will enjoy a lot. So welcome to Book a Moment. Today we're having that story in the channel, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you are there relaxed with your child, or if you are just playing this video for you to listen to it and enjoy a really well and classical story, this is the way, this is the moment. So let's go to it. Welcome. Well, welcome to this really nice story. I hope you are enjoying that a lot. Here we're going to be reading the lorax, and as you can see there, this marvelous story starts with that scene where the lorax is there just afraid of that person back in the window. So we're going to see what here it has for us. Let's see. There you have the cover. It says the lorax and it's written by Dr. Seuss. I've taken this PDF, this book from the web, so let's enjoy it. Let's take a look on it. Well, here it says the street of the lifted lorax. At the far end of town, where the grickle grass grows and the wind smells slow and sour when it blows, and no birds ever sing except in old crows, in the street of the lifted lorax. Well, it's dedicated for Audrey, Larry, and Lee with love. It says here, as you may see. Let's go into the story. Well, as you can appreciate there, we have that scene where it says, and deep in the grickle grass, some people say, if you look deep enough, you can still see. Today, where the lorax once stood, just as long as it could before somebody lifted the lorax away. So, can you see the dogs? They're barking. Well, here, around where I live, that's really common. Well, I hope you're enjoying that a lot, and let's continue with the story. I'm so sorry. What was the lorax? And why was it there? And why was it lifted and taken somewhere? From the far end of town where the grickle grass grows. The old one's lair still lives there. Or here it says, ask him, he knows. Well, it seems to be a mystery right now. Well, you won't see the one's lair. Don't knock at his door. He stays in his lair camp, called Under the Roof, where he makes his own clothes out of muffled muff. And on special dank midnights in August, he peeks out of the shutters, and sometimes he speaks and tells how the lorax was lifted away. He will tell you, perhaps, if you're willing to pay. There you have this once lair house. On the end of a rope, he lets down a tin pail, and you have to toss in 15 cents. And a nail, and the shell of a great grandfather snail. What a requisite, right? There you have the boy, putting all the required stuff there in the bucket. He pulls up the pail, makes a most careful count to see if you have paid him the proper amount. Then he hides what you paid him away in his snob, his secret strange hole in his rubulous glove. Then he groans, I will call you by whisper my phone, for the secrets I tell are for your ears alone. I think we're just jumping on the page, but it says, slop, down slops the whisper my phone to your ear, and the old one's let's whispers are not very clear, since they have to come down through a snarkly hose, and he sounds as if he had a smallish piece up his nose. Now I will tell you, he says, with his teeth sounding gray, how the lorax got lifted and taken away. It all started way back, such a long, long time back. Let's listen to this story. Way back in the days when the grass was still green and the pond was still wet and the clouds were still clean, and the song of the small swans rang out in space. One morning I came to this glorious place, and I first saw the trees, the trufula trees, the bright-colored tufts of the trufula trees, mile after mile in the fresh morning breeze. Look at those. They are really astonishing and beautiful, colorful. You have a variety of colors here. You can see red ones, yellow ones, orange, pink, a lot of color, and a really green grass down there with an animal there swimming just like a bird. Let's see. And under the trees I saw brown barbaloons frisking about in their barbaloon suits as they played in the shade and ate trufula fruits. Look at those bears. Those are red, they are really naughty. They're just climbing the trees and doing all their stuff. From the rippleous pond came the comfortable sound of the humming fish humming while splashing around. Those trees, those trufula trees. All my life I'd been searching for trees such as these. The touch of their tufts was much softer than silk, and they had the sweet smell of fresh buttery milk. I felt a great leaping of joy in my heart. I knew just what I'd do. I unloaded my cart. So there you have it. This Mr. Man is the one-letter wagon with that device and this animal like a horse. Well, the one letters. There you see. In no time at all, I had built a small shop. Then I chopped down a trufula tree with one chop, and with a great skillful skill and with a great speed, I took the soft tuft and I kneaded a knit. Look at that! Look at those. So these things were made out of these trees. What curious, right? Like if they were something better than silk. The instant I'd finished, I heard a gasp. I looked. I saw something pop out of a stump. And the tree I'd chopped down, it was sort of a man. Describe him. That's hard. I don't know if I can. But as you may see, it's the orange classical figure of the lorax. He was stoutish and oldish and brownish and mousy, and he spoke with a voice that was sharpish and buzzy. Do you imagine that? Or maybe can you get back to your memory that situation of the movie where this lorax was speaking? It was like a deep voice, right? Let's continue. Well, mister, he said, with a sawdusty sneeze, I'm the lorax. I speak for the trees. I speak for the trees have no tongues. And I'm asking you, sir, at the top of my lungs. He was very upset as he shouted and puffed. What's that thing you've made out of my trufula tuft? Look, lorax, I said, there's no cause for alarm. I chopped just one tree. I am doing no harm, and being quite useful. This thing is a need. Need is a fine something that all people need. It's a shirt, it's a sock, it's a glove, it's a hat, but it has other uses. Yes, far beyond that. You can use it for carpets, for pillows, for sheets, or curtains, or cupboards for bicycle seats. The lorax said, "Sir, you're crazy with greed. There is no one on earth who would buy that fool need." Would you buy it? Well, it seems comfy, so maybe I would. Well, at the very next minute I proved he was wrong, for just at that minute a chap came along, and he thought that the need I had knitted was great. He happily bought it for $3.98. Do you remember the number? $3.98. Well, that was cheap, right? I laughed at the lorax. "You poor stupid guy. You never can tell what some people will buy." That was a huge problem. What do you think? "I repeat," cried the lorax, "I speak for the trees. I'm busy," I told him. "Shut up, if you please." I rushed across the room and in no time at all built a radiophone. I put in a quick call. I called all my brothers and uncles and aunts, and I said, "Listen here. Here's a wonderful chance for the whole Wensler family to get mighty rich. Get over here fast. Take the road to North Neach. Turn left at Wickhaken, sharp right at South Stitch." Do you see there? More people come into the store, and more trees are gonna fall down. Let's see, guys. Well, needs. There you have like a bigger store, and it says, "And in no time at all, in the factory built, the whole Wensler family was working full tilt. We were all knitting needs, just as busy as bees, to the sound of the chopping of truffle trees." Oh my god. Do you know what comes next, right? Well, then, oh, baby, oh, my business did grow. Now chopping one tree at a time was too slow. So I quickly invented my super axe hugger, which walked off 4 truffle trees at one smagger. We were making meats 4 times as fast as before, and that lorax, he didn't show up anymore. But the next week he knocked on my new office door. He is not. "I'm the lorax who speaks for the trees, which you seem to be chopping as fast as you please. But I'm also in charge of the brown barbaloots who played in the shade in their barbaloot suits and happily lived, eating truffle fruits. Now, thanks to your hacking my trees to the ground, there's not enough truffle fruit to go round, and my poor barbaloots are all getting the crummies because they have gas and no food in their tummies." Do you see there? This is something really, really hard to see. Well, these guys will soon be leaving. There you see. They loved living here, but I can't let them stay. They'll have to find food, and I hope that they may. Good luck, boys, he cried, and he sent them away. The one once there, felt sad as I watched them all go. But business is business, you know, and business must grow, regardless of crummies and tummies, you know. Oh my god, but what would you do? I meant no harm. I most truly did not. But I had to grow bigger, so bigger I got. I biggered my factory, I biggered my roads, I biggered my wagons, I biggered the loads of the needs I shipped out. I was shipping them to the south, to the east, to the west, to the north. I went right on biggering, selling more needs than I biggered my money, which everyone needs. Do you see? Well, for money, would you do that? As this Mr. here, this sir, packing to the west, packing to everywhere, just because of biggering his money. Then again, he came back. I was fixing some pipes when that old nuisance lorax came back with more gripes. "I'm the lorax," he coughed and he whiffed. He sneezed and he snuffled. He snargled, he sniffed. "One slayer," he cried with a carfulous croak. "One slayer! You're making such a smugglers smoke. My poor smuggy swans, why, they can't sing in a note. No one can sing who has a smoke in his throat." Do you see there? The air is being polluted. This is just a nightmare. "Well, and so," said the lorax, "please pardon my cough. They cannot live here, so I'm sending them off. Where will they go? I don't hopefully know. They may have to fly for a month or a year to escape from the smoke you've smoked up around here." "What's more," snapped the lorax, his dander was up, "let me say a few words about Gloppity-Glop. Your machinery cogs on, day and night without stop, making Gloppity-Glop, also a Scopity-Sclop. And what do you do with this leftover go? I'll show you, you dirty old Wansler man, you. Look at all that waste. That is the result of all the machinery moving and moving. You are glumping the pond where the humming fish hummed. No more can they hum, for their grills are all gummed. So I'm sending them off. Oh, their future is dreary. They'll walk on their fins and get hopefully weary in search of some water that isn't so smeary. So even the fish had to get out of water and start moving to another place. What do you think, guys? Is that something fair? And then I got mad. I got terribly mad. I yelled at the lorax. "Now listen here, Dad. All you do is yap yap and say but. Well, I have my rights, sir, and I'm telling you, I intend to go on doing just what I do. And for your information, you lorax, I'm figuring on bickering. And bickering and bickering and bickering. Turning more trivialities into needs, which everyone needs." And so they seem to be in a really huge trouble, you know. Well, in that, it says, "And at that very moment, we heard a loud whack. From outside in the fields came a sickening smack of an axe on a tree. Then we heard the tree fall, the very last tree. So that tree just fall, and it was the last tree of them all. No more trees, no more needs, no more work to be done. So in no time, my uncles announced, everyone, all waved me goodbye. They jumped into my cars and drove away under the smoke-smothered stars. Now all that was left neath the bad-smelling sky was my big empty factory, the lorax, and I. The lorax said nothing, just gave me a glance. Just gave me a very sad backward glance as he lifted himself by the seat of his pants. And it says, and I'll never forget the grim look on his face when he hesitated himself and took leave of this place, through a hole in the smoke without leaving a trace. And all that the lorax left here in this mess was a small pile of rocks with the one word, unless. Whatever that meant, well, I just couldn't guess. That was long, long ago. But each day since that day, I've sat here and worried away. Through the years, while my buildings have fallen apart, I've worried about it with all my heart. But now, says the once lad, now that you are here, the word of the lyric seems perfectly clear. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. So catch, calls the once lair. He lets something fall. It's a truthful seed. It's the last one of all. You are in charge of the last of the truthful seeds, and truthful trees are what everyone needs. Plant a new truthful, treat it with care, give it clean water, and feed it in fresh air. Grow forest, protect it from axes that hack. Then the lorax and all of his friends may come back. But what so lucky the situation? So, what do you think about this little book? Well, the movie was a long situation here, and we have more characters and more situations to see and appreciate. But here, the message is really clear. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. So that was said by the lyrics. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this bedtime story, this book, however you want to call it. I hope you enjoyed the situation, and I hope you subscribe to my channel so you can listen to more content like this, and stay tuned because we are going to be reading more popular books, and if you wish, some of the bestsellers that are there, like this format. And if you want, we may start also with a little blog. So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for listening to my audiobook and also for being here. Let's say goodbye. Bye-bye. And please take care, as the lyrics did. But also, you gotta be the difference. Thank you so much.